Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Raptor here with Good Clean Gaming RX, and today we are back in Star Citizen for another new player's guide. Today I'm going to be going over one of the simplest and easiest missions that you can do as a new player, which would be the box delivery missions. I'm here at Grim Hex since this is where I base out of for the most part, but if you're just starting out I would recommend any of the other planetary orbital space stations, as Grim Hex is a known PvP location and is generally unfriendly, so basing out of anywhere else is generally a good idea. I'm going to go ahead and get a few items here that will greatly help you in your endeavors. I'm going to look and find the multi-tool. Actually, here we are. Not here. Alright. So, oops. It's not here. It scutters. We'll go ahead and have a little look around and see where one can get one of those here. So we're going to go ahead and... Oh, hello, sir. Excuse me, thank you. We'll go ahead and we will get a multi-tool. And then we will also get a light suit of armor, simply because it's going to help us to survive better in the elements. And basically just prevent us from getting into too much trouble. We'll go ahead and look here at Dumper's Depot and see if we can get one here. No multi-tool here either. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my inventory then with I, and we'll just see if I have any here with me. It does not appear that I do. So, the multi-tools are not critical, but they do help significantly in moving and manipulating the boxes that you'll be picking up for your box delivery mission, especially if you happen to have a starter ship such as the Aurora, where you really need to put them up into the box to be able to up into the cargo area of your ship to really be able to use them. There's not one in there either. There's the Covalex delivery, so if we happen to have Grim Hex as our drop-off location, we'll be back there. Just going to check over here in the outlet here. I don't see one there either, so we're going to have to go without for this trip. So I'm going to go ahead and we will head up to the lobby. Hold F and left click on your call elevator button, of course. And we'll go ahead and head in and left click and click on the lobby, or hold F and click on lobby. To get up to the top. I'm going to go ahead. You know what? I'm just going to check. I don't think there's one available here at the hospital. Now we want to go to the pharmacy. But it's worth a shot. No, it is not. Okay. There are none available here. So we'll go ahead. I suppose one could get one at Port Olisar, but we'll go ahead and do one without it, since I have a ship where I don't really need one. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call my Aegis Avenger Titan. You can also do this with a Mustang, I think Alpha, which is the one that you'll get, or the Delta, whichever one that you start with, as there's been a cargo box added to it. And you can also do it with the Aurora, if you happen to have one of those, although it is much easier with the multi-tool in the Aurora's case. I'm at hangar 9, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll take the elevator over to there and get started on our mission. You can hold the F key and scroll down over your hangar selection window there, and then just clicking on your desired hangar will take you there. This is the Avenger Titan. This is one of the ships that you can get as a starter ship, and if you have a little bit of extra money to spare and have gotten one of the other starter packs, this is actually not a bad one to get. Or to upgrade, you can do a cross chassis upgrade to go from either of the other ships and go directly to one of these. Or of course, if you haven't purchased a starter package yet, you can always purchase one of these directly. Now, as you can see, I do have this red chevron outside, which is indicative of there being a potentially hostile ship out there. There's an Aegis Eclipse, and there's another one out here. I can't see what that one is. As they're hanging a little bit out of range. You can hold F and use your mouse button and use your mouse scroll wheel to scroll up and take a look. But as you can see, I can't see who that is out there though, so they're a little bit out of range. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up my comlink. I'm going to click on Friends and Green Imperial Landing Service, and that will open up the doors. And we're going to take out of here relatively quickly in order to hopefully avoid any PvPers who are sitting outside. The fact that there are a couple of hostiles out there, there's a good chance that we might have a hostile. So we're not going to bother spooling up any quantum drive right now. We're just going to go ahead and take off and hope that we can get out of here quickly. Which we should be able to do by holding boost, jumping to full speed. You can hold boost, of course, if you're using a mouse and keyboard by holding the shift key, and that will allow that to recharge. And this will get us up and out of the way. And it appears that my screen has disappeared of any hostiles. That's that round circle down there at the bottom. So we're just going to go ahead and align to one of the other targets. I'm going to hit B on my keyboard to bring up my quantum drive. Align to Port Olisar and hold B. Ooh, it's a bit wonky this time. There we go. And that'll jump me out to Port Olisar, which is a little bit of a safer port. There we go. There's Port Olisar. And we're going to go ahead and jump to there because we can get into the armistice zone, which is generally a bit safer as there's no weapons fire allowed inside the armistice zone. So we'll go ahead and pull into there. There we go, and we're already into the armistice zone. You can tell by the bullet up in the top right hand corner with the no bullets allowed up the top. So we're going to go ahead and we'll pull open our Mobiglass with the F1 button on your keyboard, and we're going to look at the contracts manager down here, and we're going to look under delivery here. So Ling family is seeking new contractors. We can pick up a package from Benson Mining on Yella, And then we're going to deliver this package to Ashburn Channel Aid Shelter on Selen. If all goes well, you'll become the newest member of the Ling family hauling. So we're going to go ahead and accept that one. This is one that is like your entry-level mission, and really the first one that I've done in a little while. So we'll go ahead and take that one, and we'll see how this first mission goes. So we're going to go ahead and we'll spool our quantum drive. You'll have a little marker there, kind of like a diagonal or a diamond pattern. You can pull your ship around to align to that, and then hold the B key once your quantum drive is fully spooled and calibrated, and that will jump you into quantum travel, which is the fastest way to get around the verse, and really, if you're traveling in between planets or moons or space stations, really the only way to get around efficiently. You can do it with just standard drive, especially if you're just going from like a space station to a moon. But anything longer than that, generally advisable to go to quantum travel, or you're going to be traveling for hours or days. For right now, using the quantum drive is really the only efficient way of getting around the verse, and also allows you to get down to planetary locations much quicker, as you can align to most planetary locations and hold the B key and it'll jump you just about there. We'll drop out of quantum travel here about 22 kilometers away from the package, and we're just going to go ahead and accelerate up to a good speed. I'm actually just about max speed at this point, so as we get closer we will slow down, especially once we get into atmosphere. As you approach the station or the landing zone, you'll want to reduce speed. I generally come in around 300 meters per second, and then just gradually slow down as you get closer. You don't want to come in too quick, or you're going to have to turn around anyway. The little chevrons pointing towards each other will indicate where your ship is actually physically heading, so it's a good idea to keep track of those, and that'll kind of let you know where you're actually moving. You can deploy your landing gear with the N key on your keyboard, and you'll see the gear box on the left side there flash. It's always a good idea to hit tab and just see if there are any other ships in the area before landing, as there are sometimes people who like to smack people who take missions like this. So if you're a brand new player and you see someone in a ship kind of in the area, it's not a bad idea to hold off and just wait until the area is clear. You can hold the Z key on your keyboard to kind of see and rotate around your ship with your mouse wheel. I'm going to go ahead, and I'm landing here, so I'm going to go ahead and jump back into my cockpit with the F4 button. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off my engines here since I'm on the planet. And hold the Y key to get out of my chair. Go ahead and open the back door here and walk out onto the planet. Yella is not the most hospitable planet, so it's a good idea to take your helmet, as it's negative 10 degrees Celsius here, so very cold. And I'm not sure that there's a survivable atmosphere on Yella, so make sure that you're wearing your helmet and your flight suit. You can of course cycle the airlock by holding F and left clicking on the cycle button there, and all of these packages of course can be, or doors can all be opened by holding the F key and picking them up. Okay, so here's the little package. We're going to go ahead and hold F and click on grab there. And that will pick up our little package. You can interact, of course, with your various different items here by holding the F key and left clicking. And we'll just head right back out. These are just some little medical supplies. We'll take a quick look around as we come out, just to make sure there aren't any other ships parked. I'm not expecting any. I didn't hear any. So we should be good. And I don't see any. So I'm going to go ahead and we will put this inside our ship. You can put this down by holding F and clicking on place, where you'll get then a little highlight box that'll let you know where you're placing that. I'm going to go back and just make sure that we haven't missed any potential loot inside the building, as on some locations there's actually some helmets or backpacks or that kind of stuff that you can pick up while you're in the location. So I'm going to have a quick look around and just make sure that that's not the case with these ones. You'll be able to tell most of the boxes that you can loot. They have kind of flat folding lids generally, and some little markers that kind of let you know that they can be opened. It does not look like there are any of them here that one can pick up. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll just head back out. Yes, I do not see any of them here. So we'll just head back out to our ship. No touch. I just want to touch it now. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we'll climb aboard our ship. Making sure, of course, that the tail ramp is up. We don't want to lose any cargo. It's generally not an issue, but I've had stranger things happen. And we'll go ahead and get into our ship. Turn on the engines again with the I key on your keyboard. And we'll go ahead and lift off using the spacebar. We put our gear up, hitting the N key. And then we'll go ahead and get out of atmosphere, which is not hard on yellow. There's hardly any atmosphere to be had. We'll go ahead and rotate around until we can see where our next jump point is going to be. Selin. That one's through the planet, so we're going to have to go ahead and spool up our quantum drive and look for an OM, or orbital marker. Generally one can find these with the little diagonals, or sorry, not diagonals, the diamond shapes like that. This is a comma ray, which will work, but we're going to see if we can find an orbital marker. There we go, OM4. We'll go ahead and align to that, calibrate, and hold B with our quantum drive. And this is still on the other side of the planet. So we're going to look for another OM. There we go, OM5. And we'll jump to that. There we go. And that'll get us onto the correct side of the planet. We'll go ahead and line and jump again to Selin. And through the magic of editing, bring that trip down from about 30 seconds to 2. We'll go ahead and align again to our destination and hold the B key on our keyboard, which will begin a quantum travel to the surface destination. And once there, we can turn off our quantum drive and head in to our drop-off point. Looks like it's sunrise on Selin, or sunset, one or the other. Here's our package location coming up, so I'm going to go ahead and slow down a little so I don't overrun the location. And there we are. Just a little aid shelter on the top of this mountain. I'm going to go ahead and hit the F4 button on my keyboard and the N key to put my landing gear down. And then slowly go down to the surface by holding the Control key on my keyboard. You can use W, A, S, and D to strafe around as necessary. And a gentle touchdown. Not a bad landing, if I do say so myself. We'll go ahead and turn off our engines again with I and get out of our ship by holding Y to get out of our seat. Head back and pick up our package. Open up the door. Not a bad idea to close that as well. And we'll head inside. Selin is even colder, so definitely a good idea to take your helmet and your flight suit, if nothing else. It's negative 49 degrees Celsius out there, so you'll freeze rather quickly. We'll go ahead and hold the F key and click on place, and put our package right on the shelf as directed. A little look around is always nice. I'm just going to make sure that this is actually going where it's supposed to. There we go. Alright. We'll have a little look around here and just see if there's anything that can be had. I don't think there is. And go ahead and head out. Now we can again get in through the back entry there, but my ship's kind of sitting in a position where I'm not sure that I want to open the ramp there just in case it gets buggy. So I'm going to come around and get in through the pilot seat and ladder. Alright, and we'll go ahead and spool up our engines. Now, our package shows that it's been delivered. So I'm going to pull this up and just verify here that it's accepted. Deliver package. So we have delivered this, but unfortunately it doesn't look like it's taken. So I'm going to go ahead and climb out again, and we will see what we can do to get this to work. Okay, so it appears, if you look at it just right, there'll be a little green area that will show up. We'll see if we can get this to work again. Go ahead and put this down here. Pick this up again. There we go, just like so. And that will get your contract complete. And will be awarded 3,000 Alpha UEC. And now if we open up our contract manager, we'll see that we now have access to several other delivery routes. For instance, this one's now for 8,000. We can pick up these packages, 3 of them, and deliver all the packages to this location. This one's pick up these 3 and deliver all of them to here, or pick up these 3 and deliver all of them to here. And these will populate rather quickly, depending on the server and how many people are playing them. But you can take these and do deliveries, both pick up all at one location and drop off at 3 different locations, or pick up 3 different locations and drop off all at once. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you found it helpful, go ahead and hit a like down below and consider subscribing to the channel for more new player guides to Star Citizen. Thanks everyone, have a good one. Ta-ta.